Alrighty, well, hey there, and welcome everybody to the Problem Solve Politics live stream tonight. As you could tell, we were very, very, very much lost in discussion about our topic for tonight, so we couldn't. We have a different idea for starting the stream. Anyway, hope you guys are all having a great week. I guess it is Thursday. It had a great night over the last few days. It's been, I don't know, relatively crazy or relatively calm, I guess. Well, it depends on how you look over the past few days. Card.
What's up, brother? It's been nuts. But see, I'm prepping, dude. I'm programming my ham radio to the local repeaters. Get my food storage, my water supply. I'm just getting ready for the riots, Cody. Like, I'm thinking about making this like straight up battery operated, our studio, so that we could at least broadcast like an emergency 1 hour broadcast. Because the left is coming. The left is coming. Antifa's coming. The left is coming.
Can you wait? What's the common denominator in everything you just told me?
They're coming for me.
No. What are you doing?
Preparing.
How are you preparing?
I am preparing by
Is it buying things and spending money? Is it giving money to other
no.
people?
I mean, these are inexpensive things. Like staple food is inexpensive.
Hey, look, man.
Small ham radios are inexpensive.
Volume does well. Volume does wonders, man.
So you're suggesting I'm a mark, is what you're saying?
You're an American.
Oh, whoops.
Look at that. You're an American, and Americans are consumers. Good Americans, at least, are consumers.
Yeah. Well, no. See, I'm not consuming as much as they want me to. See, they want me to be streaming right now. They want me to be playing video games. They want me to be...
Who's they?
Frickin' the corporatists, dog. The people that only view me not as a human with a soul, but as a vote or a dollar spender. That's what. And I'm sticking it to these people. I'm sticking it to the man by refusing their consumerism and cultivating my spirituality. I'm sticking it to the man by not just being out there chasing tail from 50 chicks so I spend 50 dates at their 50 overpriced restaurants.
Hey, someone made a great point, though. You're literally streaming right now.
Yeah.
You said they want you to be streaming.
No, playing video games. They want me consuming, but I'm producing.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying? See, I'm exposing how you can do this.
And are you encouraging people to buy things?
No, I have not. You haven't even mentioned a single sponsorship.
People shouldn't prepare like you have?
Oh, I think they should prepare, but that doesn't require a purchase. For example, if they have friends or family.
Their food?
Well, no, but telling people to go buy 50-cent bags of split peas and 50-pound bags of cracked wheat that they sell for $5 at Costco or at Safeway. That's not pimping my Patriot Supply or something, dude.
You don't have to pimp my Patriot. Dude, my point is, let's go through this article.
Okay.
My point is, you're marketing for people you don't even know. You don't even know you guys are doing it. That's what. Anyway, article from USA Today. America's published 26th of October, so 3 days ago. Americans worried about election day violence and chaos are buying guns and toilet paper.
Yep.
Apparently the bidet thing just never caught on.
Dude, I got a bidet,
what?
dog.
If there's ever proof that the bidet will never catch on in America, it's coronavirus.
Yeah.
Like, even when you literally couldn't keep toilet paper on the shelves, Americans are like, we're not doing the bidet. We're just not. We don't care. Some more people did than before, right? But that was like, we're just like, no bidets for us. We don't believe in them.
We might need to do an entire podcast, Cody, on the bidet.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, seriously. Oh, I got a video. I'm going to send you this video, Cody, on, where'd my brick of a phone go, Cody?
It's doing Discord. I can pull it up there.
Yeah, I'm going to go get my brick of a phone, and I'm going to send you this TikTok about a bidet, and it will blow your mind, dude. It will literally blow your mind.
Okay. Do they? Can you buy that bidet? Can I buy this bidet? It's gonna blow my mind. Or can I buy bidets like it?
Dude, bidets are cheap. I got my bidet for like $15, dude.
Well, you got a clip-on bidet attachment, $15.
Yeah, that's true.
You didn't get a porcelain rich person separate bidet.
No, but actually, if I could do it all over again, I'd buy actually one of those Korean toilets because in Korea they're huge on bidets, where it's a toilet and a bidet, and it's got like a seat warmer, and it warms the water before it shoots it up your butt, and like the whole 9 yards, dude.
Let's just move off. I don't want to get into the bidet argument.
Dude, I'm getting my
this
phone.
argument's played out on the internet forever because
I'm getting it. I'm getting it.
What do you know? Gross as it sounds, there's the eternal argument in the internet about what, are Turkish toilets better? Should more people use right? Isn't that what they'll refer to? You know what I'm talking about? Floor toilets, like sunken toilets instead of
so we got an
raised
important
toilets.
question here.
It's all stupid nonsense. Doesn't need to be debated. So we're not gonna go on. But about this though, back to the Americans, their obsession with toilet paper. I'm just kidding. But the idea is, I just can't help but think people are afraid of this coming violence. Whatever it is, no one can ever put it into words, just violence. They're like, look what's going on today. What's going on right now? There's violence in Philadelphia. Violence in... It's like, I guess, but like that's targeted, generally speaking, at either businesses to steal or it's targeted at government buildings for political reasons, right? Like, why do we... And that's the other thing I'd have to say is it's happening now. Why would it get worse after the election? I really don't see why. Can anyone answer me that? Why would whatever we're seeing now get worse after the election? Trump's already the president. And then, like seriously, if the argument people are trying to make, I don't even know if anyone's trying to say that, well, they don't want to riot now because the election's still going on and Biden could be president. It's like, well, why not riot against Trump while he's president and then vote for Biden? Sorry, excuse me. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just can't help but notice millions of Americans are running out and buying guns and food and supplies and buying things. Buying guns and ammunition. Record numbers, getting ready to peel off political bumper stickers and yank out yard signs to make themselves less of a target. Now, here is the thing I could see, because I kind of want to talk about it. Some are fleeing for remote areas or custom-built bunkers.
Wouldn't you?
Anyone in chat thinking about fleeing to a remote area? I'm leaving California after the election, and I'm going to Los Angeles East, and
dude,
I'm going to
I literally
the
have
suburban...
a friend who's working for a wealthy dude that owns a ranch that has purchased, I'm not kidding you, Cody, he's purchased like 300 acres that have like naturally occurring water and springs on it. So he's got water, and they're building an underground house, 3,000 square feet, that's got like 5 years worth of food in it. It's a straight up bunker. Like when Andrew Yang talked about his wealthy friends that are building bunkers, like this is what he was saying, my man. And it's real, dude. I would now. These people want you, like, what did Sam Hyde say? Don't forget that these people want you dead, your children indoctrinated.
Okay, but that's also literally Sam Hyde. I mean, what's the word they used when they like want to like say someone's a shitty troll, but they try to keep it provocateur? Is that the word?
Agent provocateur.
Not an agent provocateur. I don't think he
was. No, dude, I've never found.
I don't think he. However, they did come out and say that apparently it was like a. You know what? I'm not gonna get into that. But just because I want to finish up on this, like, Card, do you really legitimately think? Because it's kind of a discussion I want to have. What are you afraid of actually happening on election night? Like, what's the thing you're worried about actually happening?
I am afraid of violence that is small and controllable from bad actors that are forever that 1% of our society that usually would have been controlled through simple law and order, not being controlled because the agents of law and order are all fearful of the misinterpretations of a mainstream media that has been defending violent
wait a minute.
actors.
Based on what? Based on
6 months of everything we've seen around us.
Hold on. So what happens on election night to make this happen? Do we know who the president is? Do we have,
if there's
is there still ballots to be discussed?
I'll tell you
Are
right,
the courts discussing things? What's happening on election night?
No, the only thing necessary to set these people off. Look, for heaven's sakes, we live in Los Angeles where people riot if they're happy. When the Lakers win, they riot. Okay, so first off,
sports riots are nothing new.
Okay, well that's what I'm saying.
Toronto had a sports riot, right? Maple Leafs, I believe it was the Maple Leafs, or was it Vancouver? Was it the Canucks? I don't think it was the Canucks. Okay. They lost in the Stanley Cup.
If there what I'm saying
is, it happens everywhere.
Okay, look, if there is any
happened in Nice, France, like a little bit ago.
It's Nice, France. If there's any, I'm just kidding with you.
I guess this is a we are 100%. Actually, we're
You
not.
should have seen your face, Cody.
Well, I was gonna say we're at 100% like Anglo as far as language goes podcast, but we're not because
I speak Spanish.
Exactly.
Sí hablo español.
So we're partially.
Vamos a traducir este segmento
What's the word for
en
that?
español.
What's the word for like the Spanish-speaking sphere of influence?
That's called hispanohablante, which literally means Spanish speaking.
No, what would be like Franco for France, Anglo for English?
So
what
we
is the word
say
for Spanish. Is it
Latino.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, Latino.
Yeah.
I guess. Duh.
And see, here's what's
But,
interesting though is you think it's called Latino for Spanish because that's how we kind of say it, but Latino actually means any language or any country that speaks a romantic language that's a derivative of the vulgar Latin spoken by the Roman Empire. So Italians are also Latinos, Portuguese people are also Latinos, and believe it or not, Romanian folks. Romanian is a romantic language, therefore they are Latinos. In America, all the stupid northeastern, blue limousine liberal racist Democrats say Hispanic, but that's actually a misnomer.
No, but I think Hispanic's the word I'm looking for.
No, Hispanic actually means you are from the Iberian Peninsula of Spain. And so you can't call a Mexican Hispanic.
No, but the word
that just shows your ignorance.
Does it mean
I saw some
No,
Hispanics
hold
on
though.
the street corner.
Does it have to mean from, or can it be used the way Franco and Anglo are used to be like?
No, because
just
Franco means French speaking. Anglo means English speaking.
Yeah.
Okay. If you say
Well,
Hispanic,
it really
that means from the
honestly, we looked
that's
into
not
it. It depends.
language.
Anglo
That's
means a million things, unfortunately.
well, maybe colloquial, but I'm talking
could
about
mean
the
persons
official.
from England.
I'm talking about if you were to look it up in Merriam-Webster's dictionary before Merriam-Webster became politicized.
Actually, it doesn't say it in the dictionary. Anyway, let's move on. I want to
Yeah.
get back to the topic.
Words matter.
We can go off on this. We can go off on a bunch of things.
Okay. Hit it.
Latino. So anyway, I don't want to get lost in this, but is there a word like that that literally just means like persons who's from a country that speaks a certain language? Anyway, we're gone. We're off it.
Yeah,
Back
like
to this.
Czech.
We're back to this. We're back to because I have to be honest. Personally, I don't know if you guys can tell, I'm not worried about election night violence for multiple reasons, but a lot of people are, and I'm curious, kind of what is the thing
I already told you the thing.
that people are
That
worried
bad
about?
actors go unmitigated by a media that's interested in pursuing a narrative over defending and informing its people. I mean, literally,
Who are these bad actors going to go after?
who aren't they? Every major city's seen agent provocateurs that have been called peaceful protesters by the media.
And what
Meanwhile,
are they,
they're burning crap
what
down.
are they going after? They're going after like urban areas.
Oh,
I agree. If you live in like downtown American metropolitan area, like maybe that's one thing.
yeah,
But for,
Kenosha, Wisconsin is hardly urban, dog.
okay, but that's also
Portland
that's-
is barely urban. I mean,
that's-
Portland's like just a dense suburb.
Kenosha
We've got
and-
suburbs
wait,
of LA
hold
that are
on.
more dense than Portland.
Kenosha and God, what's the other place?
Ferguson, what, you're going to call
No,
Ferguson
There's-
downtown?
No, there's another place near Kenosha in Wisconsin. It's Kenosha. I cannot. But it's one of those. I remember I told it to you once, and you're like, "Yep, that sounds like Wisconsin." It's one of those names, the name of the
Okay.
city. That is happening, and it's weird, but it is rare. And dude, I have said I could. You want to know my actual thoughts of like violence happening? I could see violence against federal and state buildings. I could see people maybe getting together to protest in front of local whatever the state body that decides where the delegates actually go. I could see protests there. I could see violence there. Something that we've already seen in places like you said, Los Angeles has had stuff happening in recent times. The middle of big cities has been happening, sure, but we're 99% of them, or maybe we're actually, ironically enough, like 95% of Americans live outside of these big cities. I really don't know what the fear is. I mean, I brought up to you in the pre-show. Are people afraid of like marauding bands forming in these purple states to like go intimidate people in the county nearby that voted the wrong way? Like, what is the fear? Again, if you live near City Hall or these state buildings or a government building, or you live near the mall.
You never lived in New York or Los Angeles, did you?
I agree. I haven't, but I mean, people who don't live there. Should people who don't live there be afraid?
Says the person protected by distance from this insanity.
I've said over
I
and
have
over. Wait,
lived
I keep
with the
saying,
psychos.
I get why if you're in the middle of these cities, like yes, like that there could be violence in the cities. People will descend
but
on
don't
them.
you see it's spreading like a
But
disease?
how do people get to downtown? They don't all live there. They come from the other
Yeah.
places to there. It's pouring away.
And then now you've got the bad actors in our town paying for Airbnbs for
Oh my
Antifa
God.
people
Dude,
to stay
you-
during the
you
riots,
will
bro.
but you're just trying to. Okay.
No, this is settled fact.
It's not serious. It's not a big deal.
3 Airbnbs rented out by one of the worst bad actors in our town so that people could come from downtown in order to protest here in our suburbs.
And guess what? Those are the B team.
Yeah, they're B teams, but B teamers can throw a brick just as well as the A teamers.
Okay, but I'm saying is, if you want to be cool, why would you go to the middle of nowhere suburbs? You go to the middle
Because
of
you're getting paid.
Oh, there we go. I guess, dude, if you live in a conspiracy world where there's this underground organization that's paying
No,
people
you're getting
to just
it's not underground, bro. Everybody pays everybody. For example,
Okay.
right, the Republican Party will pay you
just
$5
quick,
a head for a voter registration.
Quick. Before we go forward, you're saying it's reasonable to think people who live in suburban areas will have people pay for Airbnbs to work as forward operating posts for the insurgent army to terrorize your suburbs? Why? To what end? Why there? Why not elsewhere? It doesn't make any sense. Also, guess what suburban law enforcement isn't doing? They're not dealing with
Anything.
riots downtown. Exactly. So they're dealing with things that happen in the suburbs.
Yeah, but we've seen this in our hometown, Cody.
And hold on,
in their
hold on,
adult
hold on,
lives,
hold on.
our suburban
Hold
police
on.
departments have never had to deal with political violence.
Wait.
And they're
Cardin,
spineless losers.
I got bad news to
What?
break your paranoia bubble.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
not paranoid. I'm prepared.
You know what a law enforcement did do when they rented out a house to bring people into protest?
What'd they do?
They showed up and arrested everyone and broke it up the night before anything could happen.
Oh, okay, cool. So there's actually
Because,
somebody who
Again,
did their job.
the
Okay.
concept of local law enforcement resources being strained by large-scale civil unrest applies to cities and not where people actually live. Yes, dude, in the middle of the city.
14 million
in the
people
middle of
live
the
in Manhattan.
Okay, but my point is, I'm looking at America as a whole. I agree there's parts of this country where you may be there. But the thing is, the violence and unrest you've been seeing all year will probably happen again after the election. I agree. But I don't see how all of a sudden people who haven't been dealing with this stuff, there's going to be people marching on your city. I just don't see that.
Okay, well, look. So Jutao says, what's with all these scare tactics? Jutao, it's not a scare tactic.
Yeah,
Look
what
two
is
comments
all scare
down. And Mount SLR says, I stocked one Glock 17 9mm with 3 boxes of ammo. I'm good. See, that's what's happening, Cody.
Good for what? Good for what?
Good for when they come
Good for what? No, hold on. When they come, what's going to happen?
to pillage, loot, and steal like
Why would
modern
they-
Vikings.
Why would they come? Here's the thing, too. Most of the time when a gun would come in handy, a lot of other things would come in handy. I mean, I trust me, I'm pro Second Amendment. Everyone should have a gun. I think the government should be handing you a rifle when you turn 18.
Look, Sly Cactus is sharpening his freaking throwing axes, bro. That means this crap is real, dog.
Why would people come to you? I don't understand that. I understand.
They come with me because they know that I got
no,
GUNs
that's not what
and
I'm saying.
I'm a safe spot.
Why would people come to attack random people in their homes? I could see in some areas.
Because I speak out against them.
I do.
I'm a target, dog. I'm a target. Because, dude, conservative radio host, more of a target than a left-wing radio host?
Dude, you know
Come
what?
on.
I'm not.
There's not Trump
Hey.
mobs going around,
Hey, for the-
attacking Joe Biden sign holders. But if you got a Trump sign in the front of your yard, there's mobs going around egging
How
your
about
house,
this, Cardin? For the sake
slashing your tires.
For the sake of perhaps modesty, let's remove ourselves from this hypothetical. But in general, your average person who's not special and unique like you are, that deserves special scrutiny, your average person, what fear should they have? Again, if you want to go out and buy weapons and buy ammunition, and if you want to go give people money, you want to go pump stocks up, be my guest, go do it. Hey,
Look, there's some serious.
if the apocalypse doesn't happen, you have guns, you have ammo, you have food. There's worse investments than that. I agree. I don't know what people are afraid of. Again, I could see people coming
here's your
together
answer.
to
I
commit
got your
violence
answer.
against state buildings, against federal buildings. I could see in dense urban metropolitan areas where there is these local state buildings, these
Cody.
local federal buildings. I could see the violence.
Here's your answer.
Drawing resources.
Here's
but
your answer
everywhere
right
else,
here.
I don't.
Cody, here's your answer right here. What prop do you have within arm's reach on your desk at all times? It was given to us by a bunch of Australians. Your math hat, Australians for Yang.
I do.
With impunity, you can put that math hat on and walk out the door In any city, you could go to the reddest part of Texas or Wyoming where it's nothing but Republicans. And you might get a couple of smirks. You might have a couple of people that say like, UBI socialism. But at the end of the day, you're probably actually going to have a constructive conversation where you say, oh, hey, well, this is actually the truth of UBI. It was started by Republicans, yada, yada, this and that. You will not fear for physical violence against your life. Put on a MAGA hat. Put on a red hat given to you by Aussies for Trump, okay? And you will have a brick thrown at your skull, a bike lock smacked against your head, or your house freaking burned to the ground the next time the local Antifa rep in your town decides that he hates you, or the local leftist decides that he hates you.
Okay.
Do you fear wearing a MAGA hat more than you fear wearing a math hat? There's your answer right there.
I've never wore a MAGA hat, so I don't know. I don't fear wearing a math hat. No, it depends where you live. I agree, dude. You can get harassed for your political belief no matter where you live, no matter what your belief is, though. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, I don't think you get a brick in your head. That's pretty rare. And by the way, you can get a brick in your head for you can get a brick in your head for literally no reason. So,
just don't forget.
If you provoke,
these people want you broke.
Exactly.
These people want your children brainwashed and taken from you.
And don't forget.
And they're going to laugh at it saying that it's funny.
And that's it. That's the thing, dude. I'm not terrified of this avatar I've built in my head of the absolute worst human being ever. That's my political rival. I don't think they exist.
Hey, somebody in the chat said, Cardin, wear a Yankees hat in Boston.
Like, hear about this.
That's pretty funny.
1 second. I want to read this. So this is an article. While the U.S. has a long history of violent protest, from fire bombings and shootings at an abortion clinic by anti-abortion extremists to the 25 bombings committed by the left-wing Weather Underground terror group opposing the Vietnam War and racism, experts say widespread predictions of elected-related violence are unprecedented. Which I don't care what the experts say, but yeah, like generally speaking, I don't see why there wouldn't be. Dude, I could see somebody blowing up a federal building.
Okay, repeat that. It says experts say widespread predictions.
The experts, I don't care what experts don't exist. The thing is, we have had political violence.
Oh, so you're an experts denier.
I hate experts. I literally am anti-expert. I literally am.
That's a good thing to be.
But we have had stuff like this happen, and I've said before, dude, I would not, if we saw something happen in the Northwest, vaguely similar to what they refer to as the Troubles of Northern Ireland from the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. You know what I mean? Like a long time. The idea of these kind of like small, kind of radical, violent political frontiers where things are very sectarian in these dense areas. Not dense, but in these areas, I could see parts of Portland being like, hey, you should only go there if you think a certain way. Because there's car bomb. The only thing's funny is before 9/11, for a while when terrorist was like IRA car bombing people in Glasgow or whatever. I mean it wasn't until early 90s, pre 9/11 even, early 90s when you started seeing. I remember one of my Speed. Remember the movie Speed, right?
Yeah,
remember how Speed begins?
No, I don't. I got the VHS inside.
The very beginning of Speed, there's a totally just stereotypical, basic, generic stand-in, like a Middle Eastern Muslim Arab terrorist who is like a suicide bomber.
That's funny.
In hindsight, both quaint and tasteless at the same time.
Yeah, I was not gonna say it's like cute in a retro kind of way, but also wildly just insensitive at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. It's like what is this about? But
it's like when you watch the opening serial of Batman, where in the old voice, the bad guy is a Japanese person, and the guy's voice in the 50s comes out and he says, "Welcome to Little Tokyo. Before a wise government rounded up those shifty-eyed Japs." And you're just like, what? You how could you even say that back in the day? And then, they put in the bad teeth on the dude. It's just the things that people let get to air back in the day.
Well, it was just things were different, man.
Things.
The very first episode of Chappelle's Show was I don't think you could air that in 2020 if it wasn't a piece of history. If it didn't have that buffer of when it existed, I don't think you could air it then. It was just that kind of thing. But I mean, there's a lot of stuff though. I mean, the reason why I brought this up for a topic is because here we go. Another one of these analyst experts. They're all frauds. Hey, I'm going to plug this really quickly.
Yeah, dude.
It's not even a plug. It's nothing to do with me. Please, I implore you guys, you can actually watch it for free on YouTube in its entirety.
What is it?
Orson Welles made a documentary in the 70s called F for Fake, I believe, or F is for Fake. I think F for Fake. I'm gonna pull it up and show it to you.
Yeah, it's good,
Post it
dude.
up. It's. I'm not gonna say anything more than it's just one of my favorite movies. So if you guys want to watch a movie about experts, it's one of my favorite movies. Here we go. And you don't want to spend a dime. I got good news for you guys. You don't have to spend a dime. Just click on that link. It's about an hour and a half long. Captivating film. That's what the movie sums up very well how I feel about the experts. And by the way, thank you guys. I appreciate for the compliments in my outfit.
Yeah. I think you should do the raised hat thing a little bit. You know what you look a little bit more like right now, bro?
I
with
can't
the
do the
layers?
raised hat thing. Do you know why the raised hat thing comes from?
Yeah, Vanilla Ice, right?
No, do you know why it looks like this?
Well, because you got your headphones on.
Yeah, exactly. If I don't have my headphones on, it would be like...
No, dog. Oh, you got to go back. Okay, fine.
Exactly.
Now
I like this better, too. I agree. Hold on.
Yeah, no, it's like edgy. You literally look like a sweet hip hop bro from the mid 90s right now.
No.
Like, true or not true? I mean, you got the clown shirt on, like the French circus tent, and then you got like
clown shirt. I love it. I'm gonna call it now forever. It's the clown shirt.
Well, like I don't know what else do you
Which
call
one
the
of us
stripes?
is wearing the clown shirt?
No, dude, this is my freaking straight up Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln in
Freed
a gator.
the slaves, bro. Abolitionist right here.
Abraham Lincoln in a skull gator. That's not a clown shirt. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, dude. No, that's just edgy.
So speaking of
why is it edgy? Because I was marketed to by an individual trying to sell me something under the pretenses that if you purchase my thing, you will then become edgy. And there was that part of me that wanted to believe it that overread the other part that wanted to save my money. And so the part that wanted to believe that I was edgy for wearing a shirt purchased this shirt and has fooled the other half of me into thinking that I act of wearing a shirt that I purchased for money.
I tell you what, none of the people behind that shirt care. All I know is they got your money. Anyway, these so-called experts, they've been saying all for like a while now. Look at this. This is from a month ago, basically, the beginning of October. All the red flags. Analysts warn of U.S. election violence in November. So during Tuesday's debates, first debate, I believe, definitely first debate, President Trump again cited unfounded claims about mail-in ballots leading to widespread voter fraud and justifying his reluctance to accept the election results should he lose. So and the reason I wanted to bring that up is that's the interesting thing. What if we have like a multi-week? What if it is December and both Trump and Biden are? It's like a Stacey Abrams thing, but for the president.
Wait, it says, but see, Trump again cited unfounded claims. They're not unfounded.
Hey,
there's 10 different examples we've had in special elections already.
Articles a month old.
Oh, and it's CNBC. Oh, yeah, we already know.
Instead of kvetching about
it's
that,
already
just the idea
CNBC.
of I don't know. I just the idea of I don't see any real things that could really happen. I get the fears, but not the reality. I don't see the reality.
You don't see the reality of election violence on November 4th or 5th.
I don't see why November 4th and 5th would be materially different than like the middle of June of this year.
Because every single person that wants to riot feels like now they have an excuse.
But like I'm saying is you'll notice what people did is surprise, surprise. People don't want to burn their local Arby's down. They'd rather drive to a city far away where other people are. So again, if you live in downtown Los Angeles, if you live in downtown New York, downtown Chicago, downtown Detroit, downtown Houston, downtown San Antonio, downtown Little Rock, I agree. Maybe like, it might be, but if you live anywhere that isn't downtown dense metropolitan area, I don't see why the violence wouldn't be leaving you. I feel like the violence is going to be leaving the suburbs, leaving the frontiers.
No, it's like fire.
And entering the cities.
Fire just consumes everything that it touches. It doesn't just leave one area and go to another.
Unlike fire, protests are only effective when everyone's together.
Okay.
Like, if people think all of a sudden election night happens and they say Biden's president or Trump's president, and it's like a horror movie, like the opening scene of a horror movie, you just hear gunshots, bang, 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 people kicking in doors like, who'd you vote for? Like, I don't think it's going to happen, man.
Okay. Hey, well, riddle me this, dude. Riddle me this. See, all of what you think.
You get like a Batman, who'd you vote for?
Yeah. No, but dude, I got to tell you.
How did you vote on Prop 17?
I got to tell you, man, there's a reason why Glenn Greenwald freaking resigned today, bro. And that's a big deal. That's a big deal.
Was it violence he resigned over?
No, but remember when you asked, what is my fear? And I said, my fear is that bad 1/10 of 1% of us that is evil in our society. okay, will be protected by a mainstream media who wants to use them to create a narrative instead of report and inform their society. They want to control the society through propaganda. And so they will not stop those bad actors who want to rape, pillage, steal, and murder. Okay.
Yeah, but why won't they?
And Glenn Greenwald resigned today specifically because he's made statement after statement that modern media, that's all it is leftist propaganda. Glenn Greenwald, like the biggest Democrat of the Democrats that freaking leaked the Snowden
he's
stuff.
Not the biggest Democrat of the Democrats. Every Democrat's been, not every Democrat, but like the progressive.
I guarantee you he did not vote for Trump, and he's never voted for a Republican in a Republican primary.
People that hate hey dude, I'm just telling you the history of Glenn Greenwald hate. It's been brewing for like a year or two, okay? Like, it's not like, as long as a bunch of people on the left that are like, Glenn Greenwald all of a sudden like left The Intercept. A lot of them are like, well, yeah, it's basically what he's been hinting at for a while. I get it's crazy because he founded it, but
that's literally like
he's been in
Jeff Bezos getting fired from Amazon, or the dude that got fired from Apple.
No,
What's his name? I'm already forgetting. Chemo Brain.
It's not.
Who started Apple? Come on.
He has been an apostate for the last year, Carden.
Oh, why? And what made him an apostate? Just like Tim Pool was an apostate 2 years ago before he recognized it.
Whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
Glenn, I'm just telling you. I follow people on the far left, follow people on the far right. The far left and moving closer to the center left has been not big fans of Glenn Greenwald for a while.
Okay.
Telling you, I'll say one thing, little aside. The old horseshoe theory, it really does feel like it's true more times than not.
Hey, what's a horseshoe theory?
The horseshoe theory, I guess, is this idea that instead of thinking of like the political spectrum as like a straight line, right? Where you get like the far left and the far right are actually further apart than anything. So you think of it like here's the center, and if it's like a horseshoe, you'd have the far left and the far right actually being fairly close together.
Yeah, no, actually, I kind of agree with that.
Maybe people like and like this.
Yeah. No, I believe it's a ring instead of it's like a ball.
What's his name? Ryan Long did that skit. The racist and the woke agree. It's basically that.
When the far left and the far right sound exactly like each other,
which is.
Yeah.
The concept of like the horseshoe theory.
That's why progressives are the most racist people in modern America.
Whatever. It's a bit of like a reductive, snooty online argument. But I do believe that there really is, when you get to the extremes of what Western people think of politically, they do start to sound very similar with slightly different twists on them. I mean, you can also look at the same ways. Like, why did the fascists and the communists hate each other so much? Like, because they basically wanted to do the same thing. They just had like different ideas of how it should work. So the existence of one kind of invalidated them. So they had to destroy each other, more or less. Again, very simple, reductive way of framing it. But you see my point. It's like, why would they hate each other so much? Oh, they're kind of the same thing. So one has to reign supreme, essentially.
Okay.
I mean, hey, you ask, according to some people in parts of Western Europe, hey, to this day, you ask some people, you want to talk about racists, for whatever reason, I don't understand it. I'm from the United States of America. I was born in the 21st century. There's groups of people that just hate what they call the Slavic race and Slavs. Came to a head in World War II. I'm just saying, there's a lot of weird stuff that goes on across the world that doesn't make sense to us Americans. So in America, though, talking about American politics, the American political spectrum, I don't know, because here's the thing: you could say Richard Spencer was like far right.
No,
but
because they don't believe
self-proclaimed leader of the founder of the
no, but
alt-right, or leader
even
of the
he
alt-right
himself said
back in the day.
It was a marketing term that he developed as people trying to say there's an alternative to the right. Okay, and the biggest reason why you can never put any of these white supremacist groups on the right, and it's the biggest marketing tactic of the left, is to say, oh, those guys over there, they're not ours. Oh, we didn't found the KKK. No, sorry. All of these white supremacist groups are completely leftist. Why? Because they believe that it's government that grants you your rights, and that the government should take away the rights of X, Y, or Z person. They don't believe that your rights are inherent and God-given. Okay, they don't believe that they are natural rights like the Constitution says, which empowers minorities. They believe in social contract theory, just like Kyle Kalinske, just like the Young Turks, just like the progressives do. And they believe government should be able to take away your rights based upon skin color.
I have an off-topic question for you. But
what?
It's not that off-topic. It's kind of related.
Okay, what?
Dude,
I love you in this hat, by the way, dude. Thanks. It's like really.
It feels goofy. I feel like
it's making my day, dude.
I need to look a little like a rig to keep my hats all there at all times. But no, is WWJD, what would Jesus do? Is that blasphemous?
Okay, say that again.
Is the concept of WWJD, what would Jesus do? Is that like a...
Oh, you're talking about Jesus. I thought you were talking about Jeffrey Epstein.
No.
But no, I'm just kidding.
Is that like a blasphemous? Maybe not blasphemous, but is that like a...
No, it's just a phrase. It's a colloquialism.
But is the concept of saying, I can think like Jesus does or did, is that something that's, kosher, so to speak, with
No, what would Jesus do
Bible?
is just a question you're taught in Sunday school to ask yourself if you're ever in a tough situation.
Do you know that
what would Jesus do?
Do you know when that phrase dates back to?
Oh gosh, probably what, like 1st century AD?
Maybe. As far as it was, I believe it was popularized in the last 70, 80 years. I don't think it was been around for that long.
Okay, fine.
I saw an interesting argument that said that in the Bible it says like you don't pretend that you know what God or Jesus is thinking, and so in that sense,
it says nobody can know the mind of God when it comes to the judgment of men. All right, so therefore judge ye not unrighteously. Like I can't say, Cody Como, you are a bad person to your core.
Okay, what I'm saying is
I can believe you're misled. I can try and educate you. I can try and teach you, but I can't pass judgment upon you.
Sorry, that's a great answer.
But no, you're just saying that facetiously.
I'm not saying it facetiously. That's a good answer.
Okay. Slight Cactus, bringing us off topic, says, off topic, favorite Halloween movie?
Oh, it's very easy for me. What do you?
Oh, no. What is yours?
Oh, I watch it every year on Halloween. It's very easy.
Halloween?
You get one guess. No, but that's close. Very close. You know what?
Wait, no. Let me think.
That's my one. It's my one.
Your favorite Halloween movie? Well, it's probably old because you only like old movies, and you think that 70s directors were more intense because they demanded more from their actors. So I bet you it's a 1970s horror film.
Way off.
Okay, what is it?
You're pretty close when you said is it Halloween? It's like that but different.
What movies are like Halloween?
Yeah, one guess. Quick, 2 seconds.
Scream.
Scream's one of my favorite movies, period. So I watched every Halloween.
Really?
Yep.
You know, I got to tell you, it's easier for me to watch 70s and 60s cinema or even 80s cinema than it is 90s and early 2000s cinema. It looks so dated.
I see. You know what? I don't feel that about any cinema. I don't think cinema from 1910 looks dated. But yeah, Scream is like one of my favorite movies, period.
Gosh, I've never seen Scream from beginning to end.
Smart, well written, great cast, funny stuff in it, good soundtrack. Very, very a lot. I mean, I can almost like recite like scenes word for word. I love it. One of my favorite movies, period, man.
Scream. I gotta watch that. I gotta watch that.
One
tonight.
of my favorite scenes in that movie has nothing to do with anything interesting, but it's like in the middle of the movie when "School's Out" by Alice Cooper's playing, and they're just hanging out. I'm like, that's such a cool. Like that was what I thought was weird because what's his name? Is it Wes Craven? Whoever made the movie was like an elderly.
It was a director, yeah.
He was like an elderly man when he made this movie, and I kept blanking on the name of him. I thought it was funny because I'm like, that's just really funny. It's just a cool scene, but there's. I don't know. I could just talk about why I love Scream for like 40 minutes, but I do love
it's got what's his
it's
face?
my favorite movie.
Who's the actor that's always playing like the crazy dude in the movies? You know, who's that guy?
Well, his career died after Scooby-Doo.
Yeah,
Matthew
yeah.
Lillard.
What's his name?
Matthew Lillard.
Why did his career die after Scooby-Doo?
People just saw him as Shaggy.
Really? No. Hold on. Matthew Millard is his name?
Lillard. I agree. He was great in SLC Punk. He was great in Scream. He was great in Scooby-Doo. He was great in a couple other movies he did.
Maybe I got to get him one of my movies if he's accessible in price then.
But hey.
Well, he's tall, dude. He's 6'4".
Yeah. That's why I was Shaggy.
Dude. He's freaking 50?
Yeah. He was an SLC Punk like 30 years ago. Or 20, I guess. But yeah, dude, Scream was like 2000. It was 20 years ago.
No, it was 1996.
Yeah, it was 24 years ago.
Wow.
I guarantee you people are watching this stream that weren't born when that movie came out.
Yeah, dude.
Speaking of, I don't know if he's in the stream because I looking at chat. Remember that one kid he sent us a link? He started the podcast?
Yeah.
I just saw he recently he did an interview with Frank Hassel, live in the studio with Frank Hassel, who is the IRL troll shit poster who got a famous YouTuber Boogie to shoot at him on his front lawn. just thought that was interesting. I was scrolling through my my YouTube. I'm like, oh hell yeah, cool. Good for you, man. That was cool.
Wow. Okay. Do you see Trump invited those 2 kids on the stage there to those to dance? That are those crazy the Frank boys, the Frankel boys. They're the ones that started crashing everybody's live stream for colleges. They're also the ones that did the
wasn't that like Neff or whatever or Nelk?
Yeah, Nelk boys. That's it.
That's
yeah.
one of those YouTube things. I did.
He invited the Nelk boys on stage.
Trump did?
Yeah, Trump. Like, look at this.
I believe it. It's just, dude, that was stuff. I remember I saw those videos and I was too old for that even. I was like, I don't know what this stuff is.
So, like, look at
it's like how old people feel when they feel like Roblox. What the hell is Roblox?
Yeah, they literally are calling it right now. This happened 12 hours ago. It says celebs react to Donald Trump and Nelk Boys video. The funniest crossover in internet history.
I'll pull it up.
Fellow YouTube stars. Oh, here, I'll send it to you.
I guarantee you, if Donald Trump and Nelk are in the same headline, 1 million articles are going to write it. Because I've never heard of this stuff before.
Yeah, these were the dudes.
Arizona.
These were the dudes that were.
I get it. No, I get it. Interesting. Honestly, I don't think any of this stuff matters, but interesting.
Yeah, dude. So that's funny, man.
They're just doing it for clout, so to speak.
Yeah, no, I get that, but I don't see why more of these politicians don't just say like, okay, who are the top 100 YouTubers?
I have a question though.
19% of no.
I have a question though.
No, I've got a stat for you.
I have a question though. Is some young person smoking a cigarette next to a cooler inside of like a suburban kitchen? Is that like, oh yeah, that's awesome for like any campaign to be associated with?
No, because I don't think that's what people. That's the old boomer way of looking at it.
Yeah.
If you look at it from just a publicity standpoint, this isn't one of their famous videos. Do one of their prank videos.
This is the thing that has to do with Trump. I'm just playing the Trump video.
Okay, so look, at the end of the day,
just beers and cigarettes and coolers.
At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day,
this is what
it's about publicity.
Oh, never mind. It's different. You're right.
That's totally different.
But I don't know.
No, at the end of the day, it's about publicity. And I mean, 19%, Cody, 19% of millennials between the age of 19 and 25 have voted in our district so far. 19 and 35. So 19%, less than 1/5 have mother freaking voted. Now, granted, a lot of that probably has to do for fear of the voter fraud in the mail-in ballots, and they're waiting to actually come in and do it during election day and so on and so forth. But like a lot of it is just apathy, okay? And you have to be able to drive the vote and get them excited. So if you can get them out of their seat and show that you're a little bit cooler than your opponent, that's an advantage. That's an edge. I think you've got more of an edge having the YouTuber on stage with you, so that hopefully you get some, residual attention, residual awareness, residual name recognition. Okay. This is literally the same as his World Wrestling debut in the 90s, Donald Trump. Like, I don't think a lot of politicians, quote, wanted to be associated with Donald Trump.
Do you want to hear a funny thing about that?
Yeah, what?
Apparently there was like some Trump document that got leaked, and it was like certain celebrities they had targeted that like they thought would like be pro-Trump or whatever. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Anyway,
yeah.
One of them was Ronda Rousey, and like one of the categories they had was like arrests and stuff these people have had, and it said that Ronda Rousey got arrested at the WWE event in 2018. Now,
that was probably staged.
In kayfabe, so to speak, and in wrestling worlds, she was. Now, in reality, she was not. It was it was to promote a wrestling match. It wasn't real. But I just love that. Just, you have the WWE Hall of Famer just like protecting the business. Like that was a real arrest. She was totally arrested then. But people brought this up. So what do you think about this, Cardin? So what do you think about? You were hearing about that Among Us game, right? You asked me about it. Among Us, correct?
Yeah. What about it?
Did you hear that AOC played it on Twitch? And you told me, right?
Yeah.
Heard, right?
And she had a bunch of the like
300,000
weirdos
that
like
viewers.
her and have strange colors hair.
What do you think about, first of all, Among Us? Any thoughts on that?
I have yet to play it. I will play it with you live though, if you want to.
It's good. It's really, you can play it on your phone. It's that simple.
I like that.
It's free on your phone, I think. It costs money on the computer. It's free on your phone.
That's it. Hold on. I'm getting it.
Honestly, I'd be down to one day do a Among Us game with viewers. That'd be fun.
Cool.
But it's basically, you know what? Actually, I don't want to do Among Us for our viewers. I don't want to do Among Us, period. You know what I don't like Among Us? I'll tell you guys real quick. I'll just kvetch about Among Us for a few seconds here. Every social setting you're in, right? Little social hierarchies build.
Yeah.
And you could just tell when people, like, because most people who play Among Us, they do it over voice chat. And some people will just, like, take charge and be, oh, I think it's them. Like, where were you? What were you doing? And, like, you could just tell people will just start believing certain people. I mean, no offense by this, but it's just the way of the world.
Yeah, no, because there's people with stronger personalities that dominate.
Not only that, like if there's, like
how do you think I make it through this world, Cody?
I'm saying,
look, you're trying to talk right now, and I'm just going to overtalk you, and then people are going to believe what I say because I talk more and louder.
But I have the camera. But anyway, but beyond that, no, like for example, like young girls, no one's gonna like team up and like interrogate someone like a 12-year-old girl. Like, what? No, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You were there. You know what I mean, like for the most part, like kids. However, if you're like a 14-year-old boy, you're like, I sound like Cartman, like they'll attack you. What I'm saying is, a lot of that stuff happens, and it comes in, and it pisses me off because I'm like, hey, let's play the game, okay?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that I know, like, hey, it might suck to like interrogate some 14-year-old girl, but she's playing the game, and I think it's her. So we gotta like drill this girl, like really back it up.
Yeah, dude.
What do you mean
like,
you were
if
there?
we're serious about finding this freaking bad man, we gotta go interrogate 12-year-old girls.
Some old person who's like, it wasn't me, I promise. But like, I don't care. Don't care for 95. Like, dude, you gotta tell me where you were, man.
Look, so we're gonna start a 3-part series
It is
on how to program your ham radio for
Oh.
future Antifa violence.
You know, I just realized too. We have to do that through Discord. We'll do a Discord. Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
I wish we hadn't been streaming. If we'd only been streaming for 20 minutes, I would just do it for the rest of today.
What would you do?
No, we could do it.
Channel mode.
Jeez, that's loud. Do you want to do it? Can you do it tomorrow?
Stream which thing? Among Us?
Yeah, we do.
Or how to program your ham radio to communicate with loved ones and your faith group during the coming
You could film that.
Antifa/Gaddy Anton crisis.
You could film that. You don't have to stream that.
Oh, okay. Dude, I'm streaming the apocalypse live, dog. That's what I'm doing.
Why would the apocalypse happen because Trump or Biden gets elected? I don't get it. But
no, it would happen because men's hearts will fail them. And I really think we're living in a time where prophecy is getting fulfilled, where men's hearts are failing them. I legitimately think so.
But what do you think about, so who's the Antichrist then? Is it Jared Kushner?
No.
Why isn't it Jared Kushner? Can you tell me why it isn't him?
Well, dude, Jared Kushner's been brokering all these peace deals.
Isn't that like literally like what they said the Antichrist would be doing?
Brokering peace deals? No, he's
like
the great accuser.
Like looking one way and then he'd like, bam, pivot.
Yeah, bro, have you ever read the Bible?
No. I won't even lie. No, I haven't.
So you're going off of what like the History Channel special that lasted 20 minutes and had deep, dark, brooding music said about what the Bible says, right?
I'm not going off anything. I'm going off the idea that the quote unquote Antichrist would be someone who appears one way but then is the other.
The Antichrist. All right.
The OG Doomers.
The OG Doomers. wait, hold on. Where does it say that? Hold on.
T-Dot said that in chat. The OG Doomers.
Okay, so right now, Sly Cactus says, we got to catch up on Super Chats. Sly Cactus says, Cody, you're sounding pretty sus right now.
Hey, I was in weapons the whole time, I swear.
Yeah, and then Trev Third. Dude, Trev Third.
Actually,
me and Trev Third, our hearts are one today. We have the same vision, dude. I like where Trev Third's coming from. Says, what are your thoughts on the Hereditary horror movie Aircaster? Wait, I think it means the Hereditary movie. There was a movie called Hereditary that had that chick that goes like, and was like freaky. That was a really freaky trailer. I have yet to see the movie though. I got to tell you, it's hard for me to watch.
That was a very freaky trailer.
Yeah, that was a really freaky trailer, bro. What, you never seen a trailer that freaked you out?
Dude, I've never talked about a movie because of the trailer like that.
Look, it's funny. For people like Hereditary, dude, that I bought this ham radio, dog.
Whatever. Dude, I honestly don't watch a lot of modern. You know what my favorite modern horror movie is? Like modern.
How to Lose a Guy in 20 Days.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days is my favorite romantic comedy. But
shut up, really?
Yes.
Oh, that's like a tolic, dude.
Romantic comedy. What do you know? Actually,
how are you still single, Cody?
It's up there at 50.
You wear salmon-colored pink shirts with a clown overshirt. Like, my wife loves how you dress, and she loves how, like...
It's a clown shirt. It is a clown shirt.
Yeah, so you wear all the clown clothes that all the chicks like, and you straight up unironically say, oh, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days is my favorite romantic comedy, you're probably going to say your favorite drama is The Notebook just to seal the deal. You know what I'm saying? And you could cuddle with 3 different chicks like you were The Bachelor watching that movie if you wanted to. You know what I'm saying? You got game, dog.
Jeepers Creepers is a great film.
Utter and unadulterated game.
Hey, maybe that's why I feel like I have time, huh?
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, dude, we're gonna straight up stream this thing.
We do have a Discord. Admittedly, I don't use Discord enough for specific reasons. I'll post the link if anyone wants to join it. But
okay, so
I will.
Well, so what was your
Start to
thoughts
use
on the
this
Hereditary movie? And then also, I didn't see Ari
I've never
Caster.
seen Hereditary. I've seen the trailer, but I never saw the movie.
What's Ari Caster? I never saw that movie either. Ari Caster. Hold on.
Surprisingly, one of my favorite recent horror movies, though. Surprisingly enough.
What was it?
Is Paranormal Activity 3.
Get Out, really?
I like that one.
Why was Paranormal Activity 3 good?
It was kind of like the culmination of the Paranormal Activity premise.
Okay.
I like the old having it set in the past didn't matter. I thought it had the second best climax of the series.
Okay.
It's like tied for second best. Really, it's like 1A, 1B of the best because there's like 7 Paranormal Activities movies. Ironically enough, half of them take place like roughly where we live or places I've lived before. But yeah, I don't know. I think Paranormal Activity 3 is like really.
I saw a really cool. Post-apocalyptic movie that was actually French Canadian. It's called La Femme. La Femme.
What does that mean?
Which means the ravenous.
Okay.
That was pretty cool. It was kind of like the zombies were a mixture of The Girl with All the Gifts, which you have to watch if you're into post-apocalyptic movies. The Girl with All the Gifts, I think, is one of the best zombie genre films of it's easily my top 5.
Is it better than the Vincent Price version of The Last Man on Earth?
Those don't really make my top 5. No, Night of the Living Dead, the original does.
No, I'm talking about Vincent Price.
The Vincent Price one is a little
on
too
Earth.
goofy. A little too goofy for me.
When his friends like banging on, Wilson, come out!
Yeah.
I'm the bad guy. I think the movie's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's good.
It retained the twist that I Am Legend left out. That was stupid, but
that he is indeed the bad guy.
yeah, like everyone's in fear of him. Ironically enough,
Yeah.
like they took the ironic twist away from the movie that sets up a big long ironic. The whole point of the story is an ironic twist, and they blew it up for Will Smith because
So you have to remind me,
bad guy.
why did Vincent Price's guy that says, Wilson, come out, why was he going to Vincent Price's house if they were all afraid of him?
Well,
yeah.
And then they were like they would just wake up at night, for them in the morning. They'd wake up and it's like all these people are dead. Like, what the hell happened? Like, oh, the guy came and killed him. He comes when we're sleeping. So they were all afraid of him. Not literally every infected thing on the planet, just like a very large group
I
of
didn't
people.
realize it was a subgroup of people. It's been so long.
I'm a huge Vincent Price fan. Seen a lot of his films. It's a very good one.
Okay, what's the one where it gets into your spine and it's a wiggly thing? Vincent Price.
I don't know, actually. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, it's called The Tingler or the...
I haven't seen that. Vincent Price did a movie that was very crazy called Witchfinder General or something with worms. Very crazy movie. Anyway.
No.
I
You
could
got to
talk
look this
about
one up, bro.
Vincent Price forever, but I don't want to.
It's called the Tingler, Vincent Price Tingler. I think it was called The Tingler. Yeah, look at it. It's called The Tingler, bro. 1959. And then just look at some of the black and white parts of it. It like infects your spine.
59, nice.
Yeah, so there's Vincent Price in The Tingler.
You know what sucks? One of my favorite Vincent Price movies I don't think they have a American Blu-ray. They only have an English, like a England Blu-ray.
Okay, what is it?
It's called The Abominable Dr. Phoebes, but you just can't get it in America.
The Abominable Dr. Phoebes?
Yeah.
Can you get it on the Internet Archive or something like that?
I can watch it. Just the Blu-ray is like an Arrow release, and Arrow does Region B or whatever. You can't watch it unless you have a region locked. And I don't have a region-free Blu-ray player because I don't want to buy one.
I'll get you that for your birthday, bro.
a region-free Blu-ray player.
Sure, why not? They're only like $100, right?
Yeah, but
Okay, I'll do that, bro. But the Abominable Mr. Phoebes, Dr. Phoebes, is that along the lines of your Testament of Dr. Mabuse?
no, nothing to do with each other.
No. Okay, so it's a 1971 Vincent Price film.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay, cool. It's a dark comedy horror called Dr. Phoebes. I'll have to add that to my list.
Honestly, you know what it reminds me a lot of?
What?
Saw.
Really?
In a very, very cursory way. If anyone happens to be of the few people who've seen that movie in modern America.
By the way, Saw is another one that's really dated.
Great. It's a great dated. It's a great horror franchise. Saw 1, Saw 2, Saw 3. Those are all amazing horror films. Even Saw 4.
We got another super chat. It says, your best Halloween costume.
Oh.
I was 40 of OE one year. What's OE mean? Over Empires? What is that? Sounds like a video game slang.
I'm not sure. I'm dated here.
I was Kenneth Booker. You got to throw up another
Honestly,
comment.
I don't really have great
I was 40 of
Halloween.
OE.
The last Halloween costume I wore for real. It's a couple of years ago. I say a couple of years ago, like 7 years ago now. I was hanging out with my friends on Halloween, and they're like, "Hey, we're going to a Halloween party." I didn't know, so we had to just build costumes out of what he had at his house. And I wore a green T-shirt with a Packers cheese head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see, like a cheese head. And I just took the cheese head off when we got there.
Dude, hey, well, I
It's my
figured out
last
what it is.
costume.
Kenneth Booker got back to us, and he said, I was a 40 of old
sorry.
English.
You should use it a 40. Oh, that's a good one.
Ah.
You know what I want to do? I've told Carden this.
Yeah?
1 year, I want to do like a good steroid cycle and then go as like a wrestler for Halloween.
Dude, would you roid up, dog?
Just to be a wrestler on Halloween, yes.
Dude, but if you roided up, I think you could be a real wrestler, Cody.
No, I
Like,
couldn't.
honestly, chat, who agrees with me? Could
no.
Cody be a straight up real wrestler
It
if
would-
you roided up?
Literally just to be a wrestler for
Because
Halloween.
you work out like cray-cray, dog.
I really don't.
Dude, whenever I call you during the day,
I
as
need
long
to-
as it's not like
I
12
really
o'clock before you haven't woken up. You know, if I ever call you like at 1 o'clock, you're working out, dog.
Not true. It's not true. It's not true.
Dude, you're kind of yoked, bro.
It's not true.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
not true. No.
Dude, how often do you lift weights per week? At least 5 times a week.
Not at least 5. I wish. I try to get 5, less than 5. Close, 3 to 4. I want it to be 5, but I don't.
Okay. That's cool, though, dog. That's actually way cool. So we got to find a way to get Matthew Lillard on the podcast.
Yeah.
I think that would be interesting. And he's from Lansing, Michigan.
Gotta find a way to get him on steroids so he can be a wrestler.
Oh, dude, he would be a sick wrestler, wouldn't he? But it looks like he's done other stuff. Oh, it's all Scooby-Doo. Since he did one thing of Match.
He has good money just voicing Shaggy for what's it called?
Yes, he was with Patrick Stewart, and then he did Blood-Sucking Bastards, whatever that is. American comedy horror. Okay, but then it was like Scooby-Doo, Lego Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo and WWE, Curse of the Speed Demon. Wow, there's a WWE and Scooby-Doo collaboration. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Then 6 LA Love Stories. Oh, I actually think I saw that one.
Wow. What a tool.
Yeah, I think I knew somebody that worked on that, so I think I actually saw that one. That's an indie film, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm sure your friends are great people.
And then 2017, 2018, and 2019 was literally all Scooby-Doo. Wow. We got to get this guy out of Scooby-Doo hell.
Well, I think he likes it.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, well, I mean, he's 50. He's probably ready to retire now.
Pays well.
Yeah, dude. Are you kidding me?
Voice work? Hey, voice work's awesome for the pandemic. A. And B, you could do voice work in your underwear. No one cares.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I like this guy, Matthew Lillard.
Wait, hold on. As a Mormon, what do you think of SLC Punk? As someone who's lived in Utah, right?
Yeah, but like, I mean, I never really saw it all the way. I saw the scenes that pissed people off. And to me, it kind of seemed like one of those things where it's like, if you get pissed off, you're literally doing what they wanted. Did you get what I'm saying?
But did you see the movie? You haven't seen the movie, so you have to watch.
No.
You have to watch the movie. Honestly, the things that Mormons care about are probably none of the scenes I remember from the movie. I remember I remember the guy who punches the mirror, and his hand gets all cut up. And he
Okay.
just like wraps a dirty T-shirt around it. He never goes to a doctor, so it gets all infected.
Oh, jeez,
Because
really?
he just basically busted his hand open and wrapped. Yeah, anyway, we don't have to get lost on SLC Punk, but that was a funny movie. How about we'll wrap off on this though? What do you think about I know what you think about this, but I think might be interesting to
Dude,
kind of discuss.
SLC Punk only made $299,569.
Yeah, dude, it's a movie that kind of lived in like the rental stores. That was a rental store era movie.
And it was chosen for the opening night feature at the 1999 Sundance Film Festival. And he says that he created the film based on his experience growing up in Salt Lake City, although it's not autobiographical. Huh. Weird. Okay. Yeah, I just remember thinking like, okay, I'll check it out. I'll watch. I should watch it again.
It's a
You know
funny
what I'm
movie, dude. SLC Punk. Honestly,
Yeah.
if Mormons, maybe it just went over my head when I watched it. I didn't think there was any like anti-Mormon stuff in it.
Okay, cool. Oh, no, because whenever people try and make a movie about
like-
Mormons, it's either just a cynical anti-Mormon who's left the church, so it's just like this hyperbolic psycho fest, or else there are people that try and make a movie that's really about like Catholic guilt or really about evangelical fervor or whatever, and then instead of just trying to add some originality to it, they just cast it in Mormonville, but they really know nothing about Mormonville.
I
So
think
it doesn't hit very well.
I think it's more just making fun of the culture of like Salt Lake City Mormons. I think
Okay, cool.
there was, late 90s. There was like into early 2000s. There was this really great little era. Ever heard of the movie? I think it's called Crank. I doubt you've seen it, but
I have heard of Crank.
with John Leguizamo and
Yeah,
Mickey
it's
Rourke.
Leguizamo. Leguizamo.
No, he's not French.
It's Juan Leguizamo.
He's not French or Spanish.
No, I'm not saying Leguizamo.
He's
I'm
Italian,
saying
isn't he?
Leguizamo. It's a last name that's
I thought he
common
was
in
the-
Argentina.
I thought he was Italian though.
No, Juan Leguizamo. He's got to be
Hey,
Latino.
you know, he's technically Italian, by the way. Napoleon, he was technically Italian.
Really?
From Corsica, which is technically.
So tell me,
Italian.
with a first name like Juan, is Leguizamo? Juan Leguizamo? Is he? Are you sure he's Italian?
I'm not. I just thought. I assumed. I guessed.
Yeah, Juan
I thought it
Leguizamo.
sounded.
Look, here it is, right here.
I didn't know he was Juan. I thought he was John too. So there we go. That was
No,
Jonathan.
he's from Bogota, Colombia.
Oh, he's Colombian. You know what?
Yeah.
That makes sense because you know what one of his first roles is?
What is it?
Go ahead and look it up. He plays the son of the big bad drug dealer that they kill at the beginning of Miami Vice.
Oh, Get Out, really?
Yeah, look it up. Look at one of his earliest roles. That's what it was. So that makes sense. It's a Colombian drug dealer. I think maybe it was Cuban. I think he was Colombian. So
Okay.
I don't know why.
Wow, rock on. That's actually
Hey,
pretty cool.
you know, Italians could, depending on what part of Italy you're from, Italians can play basically. You know what's funny? It's like there's that one guy. He's not Italian, but there's that one guy. I'm blanking on his name. He's from like Southeast Asia. He's technically Maori. That's
Wait,
like his
who is that?
ethnicity. He's an actor. I forgot his name. But because he's like very ethnically ambiguous, he's played Pablo Escobar in movies. He's played Native Americans in movies.
Yeah, it's like The
He's-
Rock.
he's
Nobody
played-
realizes when you're
Well, the Rock's
Polynesian.
Samoan.
Yeah, I know, but he's kind of ethnically ambiguous.
Now look up. I'm blanking on this guy's name, but it's funny. Yeah, Carlito's Way is another one of the early roles of John Leguizamo. He's great in Carlito's Way. He plays Benny Blanco, right? Benny Blanco in Carlito's
Okay.
Way. He's the one who kills him at the end of the movie for really no reason. Luigi and Mario. Honestly, overlooked, underrated, sneaky John Leguizamo role. Land of the Dead. Don't sleep
Oh,
on that.
no, that's true. He killed it in Land of the Dead.
Yeah, that was a good one for him.
That was good. My friend produced that one. That was actually really good. Actually, and I liked it.
Oh, did he work with the late
George Romero.
Yeah.
Yep, indeed, multiple films. That's somebody who I'd actually would in Hollywood history. I would be interested in sitting down with. That's somebody like George Romero. I'd be really interested in sitting down with.
He's dead, I believe, right?
Yeah, I just passed.
sucks.
Not just. It was what,
Couple
2 or 3
years,
years ago. Yeah, exactly. Fred Chung here says spaghetti westerns.
Ooh,
I got to get up
John
on my spaghetti.
Leguizamo did The Pest.
Oh, what's The Pest? Hold on, I gotta look that one up.
It's not good, but he did it.
The Pest.
It's not good. Yeah, and there's so many good movies. How about ever heard of the genre of movies called acid westerns? There's some
Yeah,
decent
I
ones
have.
out there. Jack Nicholson starred and directed in a couple that are
The
pretty good.
Pest. What is The Pest?
It's
Why
not
is
good.
that?
Don't look it up. It's not good.
What kind of freakazoid would let someone hunt him just to collect $50,000? Really?
It's kind of like a spin on Hard Target with Jean-Claude Van Damme. You know what I'm talking about?
So he lets somebody hunt him for $50K.
Hey, that's what I mean. He wasn't Spun. I wasn't talking about Crank. I was talking about Spun. Thank you. That was the John Leguizamo movie blanked on. That was the one he did with Mickey Rourke. Was it Brittany Murphy? God, there was some actress that was in Spun. Spun's a great overlooked movie. Has some very cool scenes in it. It's kind of about degenerate drug addicts. I get everyone's not into that. The movie itself is very good. I recommend it. You don't see a lot of discussion about it, which is a shame because it's actually pretty good. John Leguizamo, great role. Mickey Rourke. I'm a big Mickey Rourke fan. Mickey Rourke is like this really sad tale if you're a Mickey Rourke fan too, if you follow Mickey Rourke's career. Because he went from like a regular looking handsome man to like Monster Mash in like 5 years.
Yeah.
Like ever seen Harley Davidson in the Marlboro Man? It's a good movie. It's got Mickey Rourke and Don Johnson in it. It's
oh my gosh,
movie.
Mickey Rourke looked like that when he was younger?
Oh, ever seen Angel Heart? Another great movie. What's his name? Angel Heart's a very interesting cast, right? Angel Heart, you have Mickey Rourke, Robert De Niro, and Lisa Bonet. Very interesting cast.
Dude, I'm
Great
looking
film.
at a 33 versus 63 comparison of Mickey Rourke, and I would never would have
Handsome
known
man
it's
to
him.
Monster Mash. Isn't it great? Send it to me.
Wow.
It has nothing to do with anything we're talking about. We passed the hour mark. Once we get past the hour mark, we just we just go into
Our
goofy.
brains turn to mush.
We go to goop. We're off topic after an hour. Sorry.
Oh, look at this. I just threw it to
Send
you.
it to me. Yeah, sorry.
I threw it up in Discord.
Yeah.
Look at that, bro.
That's what I mean, dude. Handsome man to Monster Mash.
That
it's crazy.
is just bad, dude. Okay, man, that is crazy. So what's Mickey Rourke doing now? Man, how did he paint those pants on as a 63-year-old?
Ever seen the movie The Wrestler?
I
Mickey
believe
Rourke?
I did. Yeah,
It's a great movie.
That
with
was his
Mickey Rourke.
comeback,
I
right?
mean, okay, yeah, The Wrestler, great movie. Spun, great movie. Angel Heart, great movie. Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man, great movie. There's probably more. He's a great actor. It's just the plastic surgery turned him so crazy, which it actually works really good for The Wrestler to look that crazy. But yeah,
Yeah, I hear you. So, quick reminder: smash the like button as best you can. Help us out. If you dislike,
I believe John Leguizamo was in Romeo and Juliet. Dude, John Leguizamo, he's a guy with great career.
yeah, I could see that. Anyway, you got any last words you want to say before we jet?
Moulin Rouge, he was in Spawn.
Dude, he's been acting for a long time, dude. He's been acting like since the 80s.
Hey, remember what I said?
Yeah, Miami Vice. Look at that right there.
Yeah. Boom. Like literally, it was like literally the first thing he did. Dude, Miami Vice is, you know what, guys? Here we go. Little tip. I'm going to be doing a totally unrelated podcast where I just go through every episode of Miami Vice and talk about why Miami
Dude,
Vice
you've been
is-
talking about that for a long time. You got to do it, bro.
I'm gonna
I
do
would
it.
watch it.
I'm going to do it. Dude, these are Sons and Lovers, one of the better Miami Vice late season episodes of early season. Sorry, one of the best earlier ones. Tell you what, the last little for the negative 5 people who care. If you're gonna watch one episode of Miami Vice, it's unlike most other episodes. But if you're just gonna watch one episode of Miami Vice,
I can feel
there's
it
an episode
coming
called Bushido. Believe it's from the 3rd season.
in the air
That's the episode to watch.
tonight.
Bushido, 3rd season, I believe, maybe 2nd.
I'm giving you a soundtrack.
That's the best Miami Vice episode.
I can
Ironically enough,
feel
it features Crockett and Tubbs
air tonight.
the least, but it's a tremendous episode. It's got my favorite character ever. He's get this. My last thing I'm going to say, Carden.
Yeah.
There's a character in this episode. He's a spy for the KGB, right?
Okay.
He's a KGB spy undercover in Miami. And you know what his name is?
No.
Surf. For an undercover Russian spy living in Miami.
It's just surf.
It's not the most clever thing ever, but I like it. Hey, if it's
Okay.
a big difference if there's an E or a U in there, huh?
Okay. Well, we have to start programming our ham radios for the apocalypse, so we're gonna have to go, Cody.
Okay.
With that said, thank you for hanging out with us, guys. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. This Problem Solver Politics. We will see you in the next video.